بسم الله وبه بدينا ولا عبدنا غير وشقينا وحبنا ربه وحب دينا اللهم صل على محمد كما ذكر الغافلين وصل على محمد كما غفر ذكر الغافلين. The conquest of Makkah did not mean the end of the kuffar resistance to Islam. Centered around Tāʻif, the tribes of Thaqīf, Hawāzin and Saʻd bin Bakr rallied together to march against the Muslims. The two armies met at a place called Ḥunayn. The Muslims were the 10,000 Sahaba who had marched from Madīnah and the outskirts, plus 2,000 new Muslims of Makkah. So that's 12,000. It's now the largest army the Muslims had ever had, and they're outnumbering the kuffar. And the thought occurred to the Sahaba that we never had such an army, we are definitely going to win. Allah did not like this reliance upon numbers instead of turning with full attention towards Allah. And the situation arose where the Muslims suffered a severe defeat, such a defeat the Muslims were fleeing from the battlefield, except for a handful surrounding Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was protected by these Sahaba, including his uncle who had embraced Islam now, his uncle ʿAbbās bin Abdul Muttalib radiallahu anhu. And ʿAbbās radiallahu anhu called out to the Sahaba, and hearing his voice and hearing that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was alive, they rallied together. They came by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and Allah turned the defeat into victory for Islam. Complete victory, great spoils were captured, and we mentioned before the incident when discussing the childhood of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Amongst the prisoners of the Saʿd bin Bakr, remember that Saʿd bin Bakr is the tribe that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam grew up with as a child. An old woman made a scene and demanded to be brought to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and she said that she is the foster sister of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and as proof she said she still has the bite mark which Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam as a child had given her on her back, which Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam acknowledged that she was in fact the sister of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam through fosterage, through both drinking from the same mother, Halima Sa'diyah. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam gave the bulk of the booty which was captured. He gave it to the new Muslims of the Quraysh. As it was, the Ansar were very unsettled since the conquest of Makkah. They were upset, they were unhappy, they were moody, not saying anything. And when Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam questioned them, they finally came out of it that any man that you are not one of us, any man would want to be, the Quraysh is your family, Makkah is your town, you are out of there, and now there's no reason for you to still stay with us. You would want to leave us and go back to your own town and to your own people. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, no. Then what will I call myself if I do something like this? Al-mahya mahyakum wal-mamatu matukum. My life is with you and my death is with you. That is why Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is buried in Madīnah Munawwarah despite being from Makkah. In fact, upon the demise of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, some proposed that maybe Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam would want to be buried in his own hometown. Abu Bakr Siddiq refused. He said, no, Nabi is buried where his soul is taken. Now, again, with this tension in the background, or this not necessarily not tension but uncertainty and thoughts of Ansar in the background, now Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, after the victory, he gives almost everything of the booty to the new Muslims of the Quraysh of Makkah in order to soften their hearts towards Islam. The Iman wasn't yet firm. And some youngsters of the Ansar, they spoke some very inappropriate words in this regard. And when this reached Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was not very happy. He called Saʿd bin Bakr and he said, "Is this true?" And Saad said, "I'm but one of my people, but the youngsters have expressed this," which made Rasulullah understand it was quite a widespread statement, not just one person had uttered this. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam gathered all the Ansar together. The Muhājirīn were not in attendance for this meeting. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam addressed them that, "What are these words? مَا هَذِهِ الْمَقَالَ بَلَغَتْنِي عَنْكُمْ?" What are these words of yours which has reached me? And the chiefs of the Ansar said, "It is the youngsters who speak like this." And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Alam ajidkum dalalan fahdakum Allahu bi wa kuntum mutafarriqin fa'allafakum Allahu bi wa kuntum aalatan fa'aghnakum Allahu bi." Were you not all astray, and it is through me Allah gave you hidayah of Islam? You were at each other's throats and divided, and through me Allah joined you as brothers. And you were poor, and through me Allah brought you wealth. And Ansar said, "What answer can we give you?" And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam continued, "Why do you not answer when I ask you a question?" And he said, "What answer can we give you? Allah and His Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam have been known most kind unto us. Lillahi wa Rasul wa fadlu alayna." And then Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, and again similar to the incident we mentioned at Uhud, where Allah praises the Ansar not at the time when they did something praiseworthy, when they did in a situation where rightfully they should be rebuked, and Allah loves them so much, Allah praises them at that situation. Again here, they are so beloved to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They are not doing something which is so brilliantly praiseworthy. If anything, they should be rebuked, as Rasulullah slightly did do. But continuing further, what sweet words Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says to them, that, "O my Ansar, لو شئتم لقلتم وصدقتم وصدقتم." O my Ansar, had you wished, you could say these words unto me. And if you said these words unto me, you would have spoken the truth, and I would have testified that you have spoken the truth to me. You had every right, O Ansar, to say unto me that, "O Muhammad, your own people called you a liar, and we are the only people to believe in you. O Muhammad, your own people threw you out of Makkah, and we were the only people to give you shelter. O Muhammad, your heart was broken, you were out of resources, and we were the only people to give you shelter and to give you a comfort. O my Ansar, why did you not say this unto me? Know, O Ansar, that I have only given this to these people to soften their hearts closer, to soften their hearts and bring them closer to Islam. That if all the world's people go into one narrow glen, go into a wide valley, and you, my Ansar, you go into a narrow glen, I will choose the glen of the Ansar. If it was not for the fact that Allah had chosen Hijrah for me, I would have chosen to be one of you, one of the Ansar. Other people are like the flashy overgarments, and Ansar, you are like the humble undergarments. Are you not happy that these people, what are they taking home with them? What are they taking home with them? They're going home with things of this world, camels, sheep. And what are you taking home with you? You going back with Allah's Rasul. Does it not make you happy? And Ansar wept, and they wept so much that Anas says their beards were soaked with their tears. رضينا بالله كسبا رضينا برسول الله كسبا وحظا رضينا برسول الله كسبا وحظا. We are happy to have Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam as our share. We want nothing else but Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. That was the love between Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam and his helpers, the Ansar, the people of Medina. May Allah make us also, in whatever insignificant way we can be, also the helpers of Allah, His Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and His deen of Islam. Subhanallah.